Good evening, Sean.
Good evening, Dave.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. It was kind of sunny, and then it rained, and then it was sunny again.
If I'm going to diagnose that, I think you're going to need to be a bit more specific, because tonight we're playing 2 Point Hospital. Two doctors playing 2 Point Hospital.
Legitimate doctors.
Yes, from a legitimate qualification perspective. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Doctors. But as I'm always very quick to tell anyone who asks,
you don't need to say anything else. Doctors. With both
just two doctors. Just two doctors doing doctory things every day.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good.
So you're drinking water like a doctor would.
Yeah, exactly. Stay away from those fizzy drinks, kids. Yep. Mm-hmm. We've got some
your printer there where you print off your prescriptions, right?
Yeah, I've definitely done that. But I've also, I don't know if you can hear. I mean, Sean, you won't be able to hear, but the good folks at home will be able to hear my waiting room music, muzak, should I say? It's just dipping around in the background. But this is 2 Point Hospital. This is the map screen of 2 Point Hospital. Sean, I've jumped us straight in. There is a little bit of a cinematic at the start of this that is like an advert for the hospitals. But, you know, I just thought I'd skip right through that. I imagine that's available on their Steam page if you're really interested and you want to go take a look. We were talking just a bit before we went live there, Sean, and both of us were big on Theme Hospital and Bullfrog games in general, right? Like that was something we both, you know, Dungeon Keeper, for me, I think you were more of a Transport Tycoon kind of guy, right?
Well, Transport Tycoon wasn't Bullfrog.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I played Dungeon Keeper. Those, like that genre of I click things, like clicking on things with a mouse games. I don't know what, like base building, like maybe management games. Yeah, you know, yes, big on those. Fantastic. That's my childhood.
Yeah, so I feel like we're both going to be on quite a nostalgia trip for tonight. I don't know if that's going to make for good viewing or not. I don't know, but like I've only played the first like mission hospital, whatever. And it really is the tutorial, and it holds your hands quite heavily through it. And I imagine there's going to be a fair bit of hand holding in these first hospitals anyway. But this is the map screen, and it feels like. I mean, funnily enough, from my childhood, I couldn't remember if the OG Theme Hospital had a map screen. But
I don't. Yeah, like it had levels, right? But I'm not sure it had a map screen.
No, and I think like this, for me, actually put me in mind quite a lot of the Jurassic Park game, Jurassic World Evolution.
It's definitely a thing, right? Like this kind of style of. Like, but it definitely makes people think of like mobile games.
The aesthetic, I do want to get into that perhaps in a bit. The aesthetic of it does do that, and I think that's an interesting choice for a game that obviously has a ton of money behind it, like and you know probably a very big team. I haven't looked into that side of things too much. If you wanted to look that up, by all means. But, you know, it's very slick. It's very well put together. And it feels like it's got, you know, even as a map screen, you know, there's a lot going on here. So it felt, but then you're right. Like this kind of star system and the, you know, the bars and the fonts choice and like the aesthetic choices, you know, people do start to have started to associate them with mobile games. And for some PC gamers, that's a negative vibe. Not all, but for some PC gamers, that's a negative vibe. So I thought that was interesting, you know, and it's something that we've talked about a bit with our own development of making it home. Like, you know, we've lent into some of the same direction, and how we feel we've got feelings about that, right?
Yeah. Interestingly, I've Googled 2 Point Hospital. Apparently, 2 Point Hospitals are a thing. Because people also ask, are 2 Point Hospitals worth it? Are 2 Point Hospitals free? What do 2 Point Hospitals do?
What does it mean, Sean? Enlighten us all.
Because all the answers just tell me things to do with the game. So, like, way to go, Google. That's
Okay, so I'm going to jump in.
I don't want to talk to you, Google. Go away.
I'm going to jump into this.
Maybe.
This second hospital mission, and like it's not a totally chilled game in some respects, but it also isn't like what have I got here? I've got my GP's office. It isn't like crazy. Let's get everything going super quick.
No.
All right. You don't have to go like you don't have to freak out if it's taking you. But I'm just gonna get my hospital up and running, right? Like,
yeah,
and it's and then we can talk a little bit about it. Wow, these people don't have any skills.
Okay. I have one question.
Yep.
When will you be taking the medical advice questions from the chat?
As soon as they're ready, like as soon as they want to get diagnosed. I think it's fair to say we're here for them, right?
Yes. Yeah, let me just find that disclaimer. Hang on. Oh man, bloaty head.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
There's some good head stuff already I've seen in his phrasing, but
yeah. So what are you building? It was like a diagnosis room?
So I built the pharmacy. We've got a GP's office here. Pharmacy for the basic maladies. I'm building like basic things that are wrong with people. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a technical French term. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we need
that in doctor school. I obviously didn't go to as good a.
Well, I mean, not every doctor's school used French lingo.
So they did in ABBA, but not in Swansea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You did your doctoring in ABBA, right?
I did do my doctoring in Aberystwyth, yes. Right.
So is the idea to make a okay, right? Let's get into it. Let's get into
it. I'm just getting stuff going.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of health system are we working in here? Like, do people come in and pay you, or do people come in and?
Oh no, this is very much an American health system, dude. Like, get ready to be largely driven by money at this point. Yeah, definitely.
You know, I once went to a psychiatrist when I was a kid, and I won't get into. Anyway, the one thing I remember from it is that at one point, me and my sister were put in a room with a box of sand, like a sand, where you play with sand.
Mm-hmm. A sandbox,
and a thing with water, was like a sandbox but filled with water, and they were just very, it was like the sand must not go in the water, and the water must not go in the sand.
Wow.
And for ages, I thought, was that a test, or was that just they were letting us play?
Yeah, that does sound quite Zen mastery, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, what have I got going on here? We've got new technology. Pharmacy drug mixer.
Drug mixer 2.
Yeah. Okay, so we need a mechanics qualification on our janitor and upgrade. Okay, let's see. Can I pick up upgrade? Okay, cool. So we unlocked a drug mixer. Our janitors, they're going to upgrade that. That's Gucci. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just pause here because I feel like I've just started and not really paid any attention. So good evening, Dave Soft and Frozen. I'm really pleased that you like this game. So that's really cool, Frozen. And Dave Soft, yeah, already, like on the first mission, there was something to do with patients' heads. They'd turned into light bulbs, and I thought that was just amazing. Like I was like, back right
Did you,
there.
like, stamp on them?
No, you unscrewed them and then replaced them with other heads.
Okay.
Yeah. So like what we've got is like many of these games, like the OG Theme Hospital, but also like the car manufacturing games you've played on stream, Sean.
Yeah.
You just get like this like blue, like this grid space, right?
Mm.
And then how you fill that with rooms and whatever is entirely up to you. So we started with a reception desk and a GP's office. I built a pharmacy, which like dispenses basic level drugs at the moment anyway. So like a lot of patients just kind of come into our hospital through the main doors. They go to the reception, they see the GP for a diagnosis, and then they go to the pharmacy for your basic level drugs. Okay.
Right. Okay.
We've got a staff room and some toilets, both for staff and patients as well. So it's a bit small at the moment, but we might have to expand that. And then this particular level introduces a specific malady, Sean, which is a specific illness, which is mockstardermitis. Mockstar. Okay. So they think they are Freddie Mercury.
Okay. Yeah.
Rest in peace. But they're not. Turns out they're not. And a bit of psychiatry sends them straight on. Okay. Like this guy. This guy is now just a regular hipster in a beanie. Or woman in a beanie. Hard to say. Think. Anyway, doesn't matter. But they were previously mock stars. And that's all we got so far. There's a few extra like little bits, like you want to keep bins around and plants. If you like hover over a plant, I think it should show me like a.
Yeah, I think Frozen got the money there. Don't say Freddie Mercury or got like DMCA. We don't want to be pulled down.
Oops. I mean, does it matter if I start singing? I mean, I won't. But yeah. Maybe don't do that. But we certainly have a lot of medifracuries running around the hospital for sure.
Have you ever felt like under pressure in this game?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, not yet, but back in obviously, right? Well, I'll put it on normal speed, but you can pause and you can take it off this. You can slow it down if you want. So it gives you that. But I appreciate also that you were punning off Freddie there, so that was good. But it did take me a moment. I did answer the question genuinely, and then feel silly. Right. So what do I want? We want a ward, I think.
Yeah. The ward. So is that where people? So what's the ward do? Is that where people?
The ward is where people will go to kind of convalesce for some of these, and I don't quite know why those aren't allowed. Okay, cool. So yeah, we need a nurse for that. Some things need additional diagnostics and treatment, so they go to the ward. Whenever you build a plant, you can see like there's these like green. I don't know why the toilets are green, but these green like areas, bubbles, whatever, effects, glows. The like I'm assuming is a good thing. I don't actually know, but I'm assuming it's a good thing. And again, I've never had a fire, but I always build a fire extinguisher.
So, are there any like overlays, or is it just one vision?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, like at the end screens, like at the end of the year, you get a bunch of information, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Here you go. Here's all your graphs and So this is finance.
I want it all.
Yeah, well, there you go. So leaderboards and staff, morale, like icons and different policies. Haven't delved too much into that, but
So you haven't gone headlong into it?
No. So now I'm on my guard against medical puns and queen puns. So that's good. And then whatever the chat is kind of thrown at me.
Verbal diarrhea.
Yeah. Did you happen to notice what that asked me to do? What did it,
no. I was too busy looking at this list of Queen songs.
Sean, and that's why we work so well together. What was it? What did it want me to do? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Upgrading a machine. Okay, so I'm doing an upgrading a machine. Right. What other rooms do we not have yet? We don't have a general diagnosis. I don't know if we really need that though. Okay, so our machine's upgraded. Access to one of the machines, an extractor pan. Removal of unwanted kitchen utensils. No judgment here at 2 Point Hospital. What you do with your own kitchenware is your business.
Oh man, I there are some episodes of like 24 Hours in A&E that still haunt me. I don't know if I want to bring up the examples I just
I think we all get there. We're all with you. Bin up on my bins.
Do they actually use the bins?
Yeah, and I think if you don't have them,
any rats to click on?
No rats yet. Good question. Yeah, no rats yet, but I'm assuming it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
What does this actually need? Doctor.
So have you got staff?
God damn it! I just hired
you just what did you do?
I just tried to put a nurse in a place where I meant to get a doctor.
Okay. So do you have to actually assign them to rooms then?
You don't have to, but if you pop them in a room and they're appropriate for that room, they will just stay there. Basically, we lost a verbal diarrhea patient.
Oh no, they died.
They died, yeah. So we now have a ghost. Let me just pause there. Yeah. So what you need is a janitor who has this ghost capture. So our Godfrey Beardsley janitor actually has a ghost capture qualification.
Right.
So he ain't afraid of no ghosts. So he will... I've never actually seen this happen because like in the last time it happened, it didn't let me do this.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's going to bottle that ghost and it's going to be good news instead of bad news.
Yeah.
Okay, so here he goes. He's got his Hoover. Let's zoom in on this. There we go. Ghost captured. That's what janitors are for. Boom.
Actually, what did it say? Like, is this because you don't want it to get out that people died in the hospital?
No, it's that we don't want people who happened to die in hospital to then haunt those who didn't die in hospital.
Did they get a refund, or they gave their money, or did they not get around to giving their money?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that.
Policy, if you know.
But you know.
Where does the ghost go after it's been hoovered into that?
So apparently, it did say before. It did say before that we might end up using that in our research.
So what are you going to use the souls of your fallen patients for in the future?
Yeah. That's a good question. I'll let you know when we decide.
Okay. And if you're listening to us from the not going to be like putting them in the snow to eat later or something like we did on that. Because nothing drives out the sound of sick people like the voice of a world-class DJ. Coming up next,
so we had an extra nurse. Here we go.
From the background band. Enjoy.
You live here now. See, it's got that kind of like classic dungeon keeper, like throwing people around vibe.
So do you get? So Frozen said that the personnel management's really good. So what? Do you have any sense of that yet?
Yeah. No. So yeah. You know, like I know there's lots of screens and there's like happiness and lots of training and skills and stuff that
So you're an people kind of place.
Sorry.
Your organization invests in people and like care and.
I hire the best and then I forget about them.
Oh, so academia.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the best is generous, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Right. So I need to cure 3 patients in the PAN's lab, and I seem to have pan-headed patients.
Pan-headed what?
Do you see that fella here?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. This guy seems fine. I don't know why this. Oh, he's in psychiatry.
The trauma.
Why is that? Yeah, what is going on here? We're pretty confident he's got a pan on his head.
And I thought it was a hat.
Okay, so he gets some psychiatry. And we've got tons of these people. Why? Oh god, that guy's just vomiting into a bin there. That's why we have bins. Okay, maybe. So this doctor is on a break.
Yeah. So is that the problem? The doctor was on a break, so they just sent this guy to the psychiatrist.
It does look that way. Not going to lie, but you know, we know people need their breaks. So, but I'm hoping that. I mean, the thing is with these games, right? Like what you always feel like you end up doing is like when anybody ever goes on a break, you're like, right, I'm going to hire another one of those people, right? Because we need more of them. And then you end up with people going, oh, but you have too many doctors and they're idle.
You've got to, you know, what would House do?
What would House do? Good question. But I think we probably do need an extra doctor.
Okay. But do you need an extra... But surely if people are idle, don't you want that mean you need an extra GP surgery place for people?
People aren't idle. What I'm missing here is doctors, actually.
Yeah, okay.
What I don't want is a psychiatrist. I want someone who's just going to take pans off people's heads.
Yeah, Dave was saying, so diagnosis in the psychiatry, is that like, is the psychiatrist's room a diagnosis room?
It may well be, as well as it's curing the mock stars, but it might also be working as a diagnosis. So let's see our extracto pan in action there.
I bet, I know how psychiatrists work. I bet he paid him like by the hour to talk about it, to realize, oh yeah, there's a pan on your head.
Yeah. Oh god, he died. I mean, the pan came off, but apparently a little bit more than just the pan came off.
You took a payment first, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that was unfortunate, but what about the next one? I mean, you know, he learns from his mistakes, presumably.
It's not how they teach. That's not how they teach.
Oh god, I mean that looked much worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they're fine. See, it's fine, Sean. You know, that big magnet just threw that person around the room. And it worked out fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things we need to do at this point is buy another building, which is a bit like that pub game we played, right?
Yeah, I was thinking this was reminding me of that pub game.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Like it's pretty similar vibe. We need we need another clinic for this guy. So I can be in my new. He's got a bulb head. This is what I mean about the head thing.
Like bulb heads. Is there like a special place, or is that one?
He's got lightheadedness.
It is actually called
he's feeling lightheaded. Yeah. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. Yeah. So we're going to build that here when this is ready. Because we're a bit much. Yeah, I could build it here. We've got space.
Mm-hmm. So things unlock. I like completely forgot that. I don't know why the theme hospital was this kind of mission structure, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And so the new things happen every mission.
Yeah.
It's a real bummer that the new Startopia, didn't seem to be well received.
Oh, we were going to play that, weren't we?
Yeah, we both bought it. Maybe we could do that at some point. Because it's like the everything. It's like it's got all the games, all those kind of Bullfrog games in one.
Mm-hmm.
It really, there is a theme hospital little element. There's like a prisons manager. Yeah. Oh, so you're actually deciding where they work, where you put them.
You could, to start with. I mean, they do seem to have a touch of agency themselves, but
yeah. Is that like, yeah?
Okay, staff promotion. Sure.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So Dave was saying in Dungeon Keeper how you used to have to make the buildings for the staff, and they would just appear, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I always wonder, like, why hasn't anyone made like a new one of those? Like, I guess they probably exist and I don't know about them, like another Dungeon Keeper style game.
Sounds plausible.
Probably the impossible thing to make though, because people who love it are going to basically want the same game. So if you don't make it the same, then kind of screwed.
That's true. That is a challenge. All right. Okay, we've got a VIP customer here, right? So this person needs to get seen and.
But is that because it's an emergency or just because they paid more?
Just because they pay more. So apparently, you can just There we go. We suddenly they're in the next in line for the GPs.
Right. So that's how it works.
I mean,
that's how that.
The very fact that these people are having to pay for their treatment suggests we're not in the NHS here, right? Like, so we might as well just go full on American system, right?
Did you just promote someone?
I did. I always promote my people. See? Caring about people.
Mm-hmm. Well, caring
that work for me. That work for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So they've been diagnosed. They go into the ward. Okay. We have to treat them within 180 days.
Mm-hmm. So they do stay in the hospital. So they.
Or is that the VIP?
Was it an emergency? You actually.
We have two VIPs.
An emergency. No, but that one's got like a little.
I don't know why she looks like an emergency, doesn't she? But this one. Appears to be touring. Okay, so she's just touring. She actually needs.
Oh, she's a radio reporter.
Yeah. Okay, our GP's office is a bit. We don't have a diagnosis. We apparently have too many doctors. That's weird.
Like that room is huge.
This diagnosis one or this one?
All of the rooms. Like, no, the GP room.
Well, this came built as it was, so I mean it's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Right. So that's she's being okay. Cool. Go 90 days without a death.
Well, I hope that's something achievable.
I don't think it is. I mean, I don't have any control over that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happens when you fail. Well, I personally don't have any control over that.
I see.
Right? Yeah, so I'm going to say no thank you to that because I don't know what happens.
You're providing. It's the doctors, isn't it? The front line people who it's their fault.
Okay, so what seems to be the hold up at the moment is diagnosis, which could be murder. See what I did there? So we might need another GP's room, which I might put in here.
Okay, let's workshop this hospital queue simulator idea.
Okay.
Okay. So idle game? Yeah, okay, I could see. So are you okay, right. Believe it or not, I have a board game that basically is what you've just described. There's a I forgot what it's called. It's like when it first seems like it's a kind of theme hospital style game. But it's actually all about queue management. So it's actually all about like managing queues, because based on like it's all like colored cubes and you need the certain color place for the cubes to go on to get the diagnosis. So not far off. So an idle game really needs a sense of you leveling something up. So would you be in? So if it's a hospital queue simulator, are you the receptionist?
Yeah, like it.
Or you could be the person that answers the phone at the GP. And your job is to reduce the number of people who actually then get any further than you. What?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm focusing on other things.
Fine. I've got people help me workshop this in chat.
Good. Yeah, you guys just tell me what pixel art I need to do. Basically, that's all.
Okay, Frozen has already told you what pixel art you need to do,
which is
sexy anime receptionists.
Okay,
and we'll call it sexy hospital queue simulator.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. In VR. No,
VR. Queuing in VR. Love it.
Yeah.
Love that concept.
Papers, please, with medical documents. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Do we want medical documents or we want? Yeah. There kind of is. Kind of would be. Medical documents, right?
Yep. So where? Like.
Yeah.
Okay. VIP person. Cool. It's fine. We need to upgrade to level 6.
You missed foreign object impatient. Did you miss foreign object impatient? I think from our game that we're. Oh yes, no, that's from Papers, Please, isn't it? You missed. Yeah.
All right, I think things are ticking on fairly nicely at this point, which means usually this is where we try and do something to ruin it.
It has kind of like it's got bubbly quickly.
Yes. So yeah, my My queue at the GPs isn't too bad.
Our roving reporter,
We
Sally
have
Fig Blanket, has
we
been out recording.
not have a snack machine. Oh, we need a snack machine.
Hospitals. I've never actually seen any of her pieces, but I'm told they're very good indeed. Keep up the
I
sterling
love the
work,
way
Sally.
that the Freddie Mercury's walk.
They are good, aren't they?
Would they have had to get permission for that? Like, how is that what's the legalities there?
I don't think so. Oh no, we failed to cure that patient. I mean, we tried our darndest, right? Like, I got her through as quickly as possible. What can
Maintenance announcement.
I would kind of like to do like I don't know, like we, like we play a lot of these sorts of games, right? We clearly like these sorts of games. Like making a game like this that's like kind of silly, because silly games, I don't know, I quite like silly
popular.
games. Yeah.
Janitor, to repair drug mixer.
We still have only cured 2 patients in the pan lab. That's a bummer. Right, we need to. What do we want? I don't know what we want. Like, I feel like things are humming along quite nicely, but.
Well, don't you need? Well, surely you would need to diagnose people quicker, or more beds.
Maybe a bigger ward, yeah. So like they have this annual review thing, awards.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, Sean. I love a good awards show.
Yeah, so you still haven't got you've already not got no deaths.
Yeah. So we're going to open all of them. So
surely, like, the fact that you haven't got no deaths means the only other award that you can win on there is Janitor of the Year.
Patient's Choice Award.
How is that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Look, if you worry about leaderboards and targets and things like that, you forget about the patients.
Yeah, you forget about that patient who came in with a saucepan on his head, and it took like 3 or 4 days and an hour with a psychiatrist for you to realise you need to get that off his head.
Yeah.
Then you got it off his head.
Look at this though.
Realised,
Like, oh man, yeah, you can really go deep. Like these are our cure rates for the various.
Right, so get rid of that Portishead guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, these are the illnesses. Can you see how effective the actual staff are?
Well, I mean, I can tell that like it would be this, like the nursing staff. All right, but what they need is a big award, Sean. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Because that's where the current issue seems to be.
In general diagnosis.
So let's make sure we have.
And the news today. Conditions at
Is that screen? Oh, it's a screen.
It's for people to change.
This doesn't feel like. So, wait.
Wait.
Off their bed and go and get changed over there.
No. They get changed before going into bed, Sean.
Well, that's not better. Like
what? You got it.
Well, like, but if you're in hospital, like,
yeah,
you're usually in bed.
Well, you got to get there first. You don't turn up in bed, do you?
What people have to do to get a bed with a plant next to it, Dave? Because
they paid the big bucks, Sean. All right, they paid the big bucks.
Cardiology.
Okay, so we can like, so that's the thing. You can continue here because we've got a certain level hospital, or you can then go back to, like, I'll show you. So if we go, a quick save just in case I pause this up. But
it's like that Jurassic Park game, the way that worked. Like, you unlocked the next island and you could go to the next island.
Yes. But you didn't yeah. So I think like I can like either restart the level, but I can also quit to map. So if I just quit to map,
Well, this fine morning,
we then get a
especially
small.
those of you in Fluttering,
Yeah.
where renovations have been completed on the bridge that leads to the town's ancient castle. Officials say people crossing over will no longer need to wear parachutes and life jackets. It just won't.
So are
be
you
the
going to
same.
spread your wings or?
Well, I thought I don't know. What do you think? Like I feel like I have more work to do here. For this at the lower bullocks, but yeah, I think it. This then talks to you more about staff training and development. So, what do you think? What do you want to do? What did chat want to do?
Play the game.
Okay. But are we, good questions though, right? Like, are we people who would just leave a trail of 1-star hospitals behind us? Or will we actually, finish a job?
Yeah. That was just me mentioning 2 other Queen songs that I didn't record there. But
I can't function on that many levels tonight. Like, I'm barely holding it together.
but that's like that is a point. Like each unlocks more. So does each level going forward unlock you more? So I think that's what.
Yes, it does.
I'll go.
Yeah.
But Frozen. Oh, okay.
So this way I get more like about staff development and things like that. I get to train staff if I start going down here.
That is kind of encouraging you to kind of get the 1-star and then
move on. Yeah, the progression.
Yeah, but then sometimes I would. I mean, yeah, you maybe move on just to see more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would be quite cool, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm interested in seeing more stuff.
Yeah, and there will be patients as they've now appear that wouldn't have otherwise potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need to train and promote them. Gained enough exposure to the job. By promoting them, skill increase. Okay, firstly, we need to train a training license. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well-being. Okay, cool. So I've got to be good to my staff, which is always good. This is a nice hospital. Look at this. Nice, right. Reception. Need a receptionist. We've got here customer service, emotional intelligence. Okay.
Because I guess like you've got to make a decision in these games of like, do you go the route of giving? Like, there's a way you could do this almost like a Factorio, where you have it's just you start the game and a game is the game, and you unlock these new things through the progression of the tech tree. But this is kind of encouraging you to reset and redesign every time. I guess because the fun of the game. Because if you just had the one hospital that you kept building on, you'd run out of space, and the joy is building the buildings.
Eventually, you're right. Eventually, you would run out of space. Yeah. Touche.
Mm-hmm. Is that prestige level to do with like how well you've like put decorations and stuff in it?
Yeah, stuff like that does. Yeah, does make a difference. Size as well.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's
we've been talking a lot about that in the context of making a home, right? That kind of progression, I guess, is that similar thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just doing the usual stuff of just getting things started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you tend to? So I'm trying to remember when I played Theme Hospital. If I waited until certain people come in with certain diagnoses before I built the things, or do you build everything assuming that you're going to get everything?
I think to start with, there's just some basic stuff that you just have to build. So yeah, I think as you unlock more complicated stuff, I can see that being more of a real question, like a real issue. Probably being a bit overzealous with these bins.
You can never have too many bins.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah. No one has ever said there are too many bins in this hospital.
No, very true.
Mm.
Very, very true. Right, I need some toilets.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I get. Yeah, Dave's office has a point of like the more you get in, and you have to think about how much space you can allocate to each of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can almost smell it now.
Only prestige level 2 toilet. Come on. What we did? Hang on. What? Whoa. Oh, they're not urinals. They're sinks.
They're sinks. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, I thought. Yeah.
Okay, right. What do we need? A staff room. Staff room next to the toilet, Sean, or next to the ward.
Next to the toilet.
Classic.
I think. Or they have their own toilet somewhere.
They built quite a big staff room there. In fact.
Yeah.
And the door is going to be away from the toilet. So. But there will always be that slight underlying smell, and like, oh god.
Yeah, but I my last office was like literally opposite a toilet, which was quite nice.
It was quite nice. Why was it quite nice?
Because there wasn't many other people. Well, it was nice for a bit until it got to the stage where the stage didn't ever clean it.
Aha.
Yeah. Complaining like, hey, there's still people down here using this thing. Like, you might not realize that I'm down here, but I'm down here. It really was like a kind of IT crowd situation of there was like this big long corridor and double doors, and I was past the double doors, and everyone forgot they were offices past those double doors. So on the day they came in and like installed all the whiteboards, they stopped at the office before mine.
Nice.
Because they didn't know I was there. They're like, oh, that's everybody. Like, oh, I exist. I'm here. Yeah.
I mean, you think you exist.
Yeah, I did. Oh boy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can we be sure that you actually do it?
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, you particularly like sometimes when you're in a job like ours, it's like, would anyone know if I wasn't here? Like, how long would it? And
that is true.
Mm. I think when I eventually decide I'm either going to retire or quit, I want to test it. I want to know how long, if I completely just stop, how long until someone comes knocking on my door and is like, hey, where are you?
Died? Really?
It depends on so Dave's stuff saying 2 months. It depends on if students are around or not. I think there's probably a 3-month stretch I could picture in the year that maybe you could get away with
it. Yeah, I mean, yes, like the summer, no problem. Right. Oh, we need a psychiatrist.
To be clear, we work very hard.
Yeah, you did probably need to add that. You need to make that clear.
It's more that like we're treated very much as independent entities.
Yeah.
And it often feels like no one would know. Which is really kind of They recommended a long stay at their spa. Like Dave Soft, you joke, sorry I went to Tibet, did I miss anything? But I have seen those kind of comments, like stuff not far off that happens. Like, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right. So this hospital's pretty much up and running.
Yeah.
We need another level, and we need to get one more staff.
Have you got any new diagnosis stuff yet, or is this all just the?
This is still pretty much the same. We've got Pan Lab and the light bulb people.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So the guy's telling you.
Yes, you can return to them, which is cool. That's my light bulb lab.
What lab is that?
That's for the light bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
Light bulb heads.
All right.
Although obviously we then immediately get someone in who's got the other things. So I need to buy.
Yeah, he's got a panel in his head. Come on, we've already. This has gone.
This room needs to be quite big. I seem to remember. There we go. That's the minimum it can be.
I mean, who wants to live forever? But we should try, right?
Wow. Yeah, we're having deaths left, right, and center.
There's someone is already. Oh.
Oh yeah, it seems inevitable.
Yeah.
At this stage. What do I need? Why can't I build this? I don't know what I need. Oh, that can't be placed there. That's why.
There's someone need to get around the back of it.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. So we do need I often find myself building a bigger reception, because when they go on break, then everything does.
Yeah, they're the most important. Exactly. Like. Oh yeah. Okay. So what would that? Yeah. What would be the 2-point hospital, theme hospital name for pregnancy?
For pregnancy.
Yeah. And I'm not touching that one. So.
Yeah. Unexpected item in bagging area. Is that another one? Some form of bun in a floating oven or something. I don't know. They'd find a good way of doing it. Anyway, beware clowns. Okay, so we have to recalibrate the minds of clowns, but we do have a pandemic. I mean, that's too soon, isn't it, Sean? I mean, I was concerned about playing this game full stop, but we are currently having a pandemic
of pans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't escape. Yeah. It's not
so we're just going to deal with it. We're going to deal with this pandemic successfully. All right.
Yeah.
Just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
I need more doctors. Oh my god! I need more benches for this pandemic, if nothing else.
Plants need water.
Yeah. So do we really need more doctors? I think we probably do.
Oh, do you need a new pan thingy? What's it? Because there's lots of pan people coming in.
No, because I have 90 days.
but what? But like they might. What if they all die?
Well, I don't know if having 2 of these makes that better. See what I mean?
Oh, that you can do it twice as fast. Like.
Yeah, twice as fast doesn't mean like people won't die. In fact, it just means people die twice as fast. Does it not?
You're a really bad doctor.
I mean, so I have relatively little control over how good stuff works. Does that make sense?
So is it not based on how long they're waiting and things like that?
I don't know. By actually what I should have said, when I said I have very little control, I have very little understanding of how to control something like that. So, like, is it based on this guy's skill?
Yeah, maybe by the time we get to patient like 5, that guy will know what he's doing.
Maybe. I can't upgrade this, unfortunately. I can upgrade this, but presumably upgrading this is good.
Maybe you should stop that doctor being able to have rests and breaks.
What?
I'm just,
Why?
Well, because then he could work more.
I mean, Sean, you swing. You are so swingy. You swing from like maybe you should kill people to maybe you should work people to death.
Hey. I string school. So they
What?
should go through it.
Okay. What do we need here?
You've got a clown problem.
I do have a. Oh God, I do have a clown problem. But I haven't unlocked the clown clinic. So maybe it's.
Oh, maybe we should invest in training.
Maybe we should invest in training.
They can train on their breaks.
Yeah. Now you're thinking like academic management.
Yeah. Lunch and learn.
God. Oh God. Okay, training. Okay. Micromanage people's training. Sure, I've got a pandemic on my hands. I don't think I have time for that. So we're at 50% on the pandemic.
Yeah.
So right. What do we need? Courses available. Well, I really want. Okay. Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I have any like spare staff to just train.
What? But it's an investment in the future.
I have no doubt. Like, okay, so the pandemic's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this guy here, and we're going to train him. Oh, he's got no empty. Oh, he's got no empty training slot. Okay. So that's what we do. We find someone with an empty training spot. Okay, which is this person? All right, and they're on break. Even better. Quickly pause it.
Yeah.
Even better. Guess what? Break's over. Training time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So what's she got at the moment? She's got ward management. So she's fantastic in the ward. Okay. So should we push that?
Yeah. She should specialize. Let's do specialization. Specialization makes sense.
Okay.
Or stamina training.
Yeah. So stamina means like they can work for longer before taking a break. Or like no, right? So she's going to get ward management too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to train. Oh, okay. Can I hire trainers? No. Okay. So I have to get a guest trainer in.
Oh, so you actually need people to train. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. What?
10,000.
Okay. Yeah, 10,000. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so you can do it all from here. You don't have to do what I did, which was drag them in and drop them and all that jazz. Yeah.
Bungee jumping micromanagement.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we don't have cardiology.
Mm-hmm. I saw someone got diagnosed with something to do with cardiology, I think.
In today's headlines,
It's weird how, like,
Compass has announced winning the jackpot.
it's like, I don't know, like screwy head syndrome.
Yeah.
Hand stuck on your head. Cardiology.
Yes.
Which I like.
Yeah. It's your kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'm with them on that. That's the...
A new illness called monobrow has been discovered. I had a friend who used to suffer from that.
But so if you go back into your hospital, I think it's suggesting you need another GP.
I definitely do. Yeah. So we got a health inspector coming in, which I'm sure is going to be just great. But that's what I'm building here on plot 3. We'll be building another GP's office.
Yeah. So you're going to give him a tour of the place that you're building rather than in the actual hospital.
Classic. Yeah. I mean, I just hope he likes clowns.
Yeah. Who
Because
doesn't like clowns?
we've
Never
got him
heard of
sorted.
Clowns.
You're right. Clowns universally loved.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get a nice GP's office. Yeah, let's do it here. Nice big. That's a bit big. Let's not do that. This guy's on it. He's like, should you build a GP's office? Yeah, I should.
What am I doing?
But it's confusing when it went. I don't know what happens when we.
It's interesting that, like, have you ever thought like a game? We used to always when it's a teaching thing as well.
Medical waste does not belong in the corridor.
Like the tutorial person, he understands that you need to build a new GP surgery.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. He said, maybe you should, or think, should you?
Should you do this? Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Like, but he knows you should.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think it's about? Well, it's a communication thing, isn't it? Like they don't want to be like, do this and do it now.
Yeah, because then it's taken away that feeling of
agency, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's just interesting. It's like I always found when we were doing my teacher training, we always said that the weird thing about teachers is teachers have the knowledge, but they ask all the questions.
Ooh, that's deep.
Mm-hmm. Like it's bananas when you think about it. Like, like when I do weirdly less as an academic, like a lecturer, but nice.
Yeah, see what they did there.
Yeah, and the humor. Oh man, that's the best. Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at. Oh, that's very good. It is the little touches in a game like this that makes it dehumorifier. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was like a school teacher, it was a lot of like the thing I wanted to teach. I'd start by asking the question. Like, it's just weird. It's just like it obviously works, and there's reasons why it works, but it's just when you start to think about it, it's bizarre. But it's because it's making someone feel like they have ownership.
Yeah.
And then they have buy-in,
engagement. Yeah.
These and in both types. Games and teaching, and
right, upgrade a machine. What machines can I upgrade? What about you?
Deep, Dave. Deep. Oh, hang on. There's a appropriate response to that.
Patients, please be a joy to treat. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah. So you can now cure clowns.
I can, and I will.
Yeah.
What do I want?
So I picked up the new Resident Evil game over the weekend.
Nice.
It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it
looks freaky as.
Yeah, there was like I was playing it quite a lot, and I was like, this isn't scary. Like, what's this? This is not scary. What are people going about? And I got to a bit last night, and I was like, oh. I know this is quite. Yeah, there were points where there was, and I think I'm not even at the bit where it gets really off the deep end. So, but it's good. It's really fun. Like, I'm gonna hate saying this. I'm probably gonna fix myself, but like not very difficult.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
I was surprised. Like, but maybe because I don't know. Like, I think maybe if it's one of those games that if you know the language of games, like immediately be like, oh yeah, I meant to hide in that thing, and like that's a thing. Like, it has kind of, it uses a like it's one of the, yeah. If you know how games work, like you can kind of understand what I find quite interesting about certain Resident Evil games, and this one has it a bit. Is this a weird thing? So like Resident Evil games will often have some enemies that you cannot possibly kill, and so you often have to make a decision on: is this an enemy I can fight or one I have to run away from?
Mm-hmm.
And that can sometimes be like, but that's a really interesting when you like that changes the intensity of every encounter, because it feels like there's more to it, whereas like in a game, like in normal shooters, you kind of run around and like everything you kill, right? So but kind of increases I think it's a very clever design. Like it's very interesting. Should you be putting the light-headed poster in the light-headed treatment room?
Do you think that's a bit too on the money? You know, like a bit too.
And then, like when I go to, if you go to hospital, there's like, you go into the foot ward, then there's like pictures of feet everywhere, like, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that though. Like, how do you feel about that? Because I'm like, well, I'm here for what I'm here for. Don't
they know, like, yeah, they. I mean, honestly, like I have often thought, like when you go to the GP and they've got like the really dodgy old poster of like the anatomy, and like, do they ever turn to that and use it?
Like that seems really bad. I don't.
That poster, like, crouch a little. Okay, yeah, that's your. That's your.
I often think is that where you like really what it's trying to get you to think is, oh, it could be worse. At least I don't have that. Whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the poster is only there for the prestige points in hospital. Put them up. Yeah. That's why they asked me to rate the room when I left. Yeah. I always love it. I don't know why. I feel like this is possibly a new thing of like when doctors like actually, and when they like get a book out and like start reading through the book to figure out stuff. It just makes me laugh. Like, of course they can't remember everything.
No, of course.
But it's just, I don't know, funny.
I need to upgrade a machine, right? But none of my machines are upgradable. So I'm just gonna build a machine to upgrade.
Okay. Oh, is it like an objective?
Yeah. Although maybe there's a cardiology. I haven't built a cardiology. Let's see if there's a machine.
I couldn't deal with the pressure of being a real doctor.
Oh God, no.
Like,
did you see the door to the clown one though? Brilliant.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah. Lots of patients are queuing outside rooms run by doctors.
Yeah.
But there aren't any doctors.
Apparently not.
But I find listening to my own voice works best.
Right, can we upgrade this? No. Damn it. I'm going to fail this challenge.
And I say one thing, and then another thing. It's possible you're.
I don't think that they could pay me enough money to do it. Maybe a dentist, without the whole like sticking my head in mouth, like looking into people's mouths all the time.
You want to be a dentist that doesn't look in people's mouths?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Salary, I can be that one.
That seems like a challenge.
Yeah. I just made everyone close their eyes and they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know that you weren't looking in their mouth. I think they might get like maybe a hint when you don't do anything.
When I don't have to do anything, I just say it's fine.
Oh, okay. So
it's the bill.
Essentially,
hey, this would be such a good racket now because there's going to be so many people looking for dentists.
I guess that's true.
Come on, we can do it. I think.
I mean, it's almost as if what you're saying is our kind of doctoring is too real. We're too real in terms of how we doctor. We need a fake way to doctor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can dig it.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Yeah, we could because we've already got the nameplate. We could just put,
Sure, good.
David Towsey, PhD.
Yeah.
No one would question that. Engrave it in some metal, stick that on the door.
No one would question that.
Oh. Put a fancy diploma. Just put the diploma really far away from the door, where they're never gonna, they're never gonna get close enough to see that's in creative writing, and it'll all be fine.
I love that idea. Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yes. Remote dentistry is the Just open your mouth and point to it. There is a dentist simulator on Steam, right? There must be.
I mean, can I pick up patients?
You pick up.
I want to pick some of these up. I've got a whole new psychiatry wing over here.
Yeah. Is there a psychiatrist in there?
Yeah. Psychiatrist in there and everything.
They just have to be good for you. Holistics, where you can only hope it sticks. Serving 2 Point County. This is 2 Point Radio.
Can you hear the radio, by the way, dude?
No. Should I? What radio?
There's a radio on the Oh God, it's junior doctor. I don't want that junior doctor training because we need. Sorry. You already have diagnostics. Oh, training. Okay. Okay. We're gonna.
Can you just get your own people to train each other?
Yeah. Once they've got the skill. Yeah. I think that's what that was suggesting. Sorry. Yeah. I was trying to. I've got a bit of a one of those event type things, right? And it's based on psychiatry. So I just wanted to make sure there's a bit of a bottleneck here. You see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the others are going up here, so hopefully that'll be okay.
Yeah.
We got time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's going on break.
Who's going on?
Disaster.
Oh, no. Can't we just adjust
this guy's
again?
looking for work.
What?
He's not a psychiatrist. Right. Are you a psychiatrist? No.
What do you mean he's looking for work? Does that mean he wants to quit? Or is he one of you?
No, he just doesn't have anything to do.
Oh, looking for work as it. Okay, right.
Right. Oh God, didn't mean to pick that up.
We'll build another
Pick you up and drop. Oh, someone's already there. All right, relax, everyone. It's fine.
Oh, these poor doctors, like they don't know where they're coming or going. Like, okay, I'll go back to the GP surgery.
Yeah. I mean, I probably need another GP surgery. Oh no. Yeah, why are you looking for work? Get back in here. There we go. All right, everyone. I probably do need another GP's. Or do I? Oh, do I want a general diagnosis?
Might
Maybe
be.
that's what we're missing.
Yeah. Have you never built one of those before?
Well, I have built it before, just not in this hospital.
So what's the difference between that and?
Announcement. Try
like a nurse.
You know
does
what?
it.
I don't really know. A nurse.
That's where they're like, okay, go around the corner and you need to have some tests.
Yeah.
In a staff room.
And
That
they
makes
poke
sense.
you and they prod you and then
Yeah.
come back to the GP and they go,
Looks like the
Or-
healthcare branch of the whole.
Let's put the light-headed poster in there, right? Like that's like. What you
is
see.
in trouble.
yeah, this is, yeah, do you have this?
Yeah.
The ladies
Is your head a massive light bulb?
cure all
Then no,
ailments.
you
It's
do not have.
nothing but
Yeah.
pine-scented
And you know,
perfumes.
maybe relax,
Well, I
right?
guess it should
Because
cure
it could
one
be
at
worse.
least.
You could
Do you
have a light
think
bulb.
the head illness is airborne transmitted or is it like,
Is that a pun? Trying to work
if it was a pandemic, like how was that transmitting?
It wasn't.
Wasn't it?
No,
I thought you had a pandemic.
I did. Sorry. No. That was in the previous one. This time round was what was it called? It was the Mockstar. I had a Mockstar
Okay,
event.
right.
Apparently, I still need another GP's office. It's an intense amount of
I thought it
GP
was
work.
mixed with play on words. I didn't realize it was just any disease can be it. Someone just threw up in the corridor.
Oh god, people. Okay, yeah, probably because I didn't put a bin out here. See, the one time I don't put bins around, someone throws up. Someone just slipped up in it. Okay.
I love it how the plant pots have like a space on each side for someone to stand and just look at the plant.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, you gotta have space. Right. Do we have any doctors not doing anything? Any doctors roaming the halls? I wonder if there must be a way of seeing this. Doctors, right? Doctors. Does that mean they're all busy? Kind of looks like that way, doesn't it? Oh no, yeah, he's on a break. Right, let's hire me another doctor.
Health inspector now arriving at the hospital.
Oh, there's one already in there.
Is his second name Asparagus?
Sure, why not? Let's pop you in here. Like, we're just gonna pop you down, and you're just gonna find out some. Yeah, there we go. You've got a job. Ah, what's this? What the hell is that?
Oh, is that rats click shit?
Yeah, I shot it. Ah, there we go.
What was that?
It's a mono beast, apparently, according to my.
Brow.
Oh, it's the monobrow thing, right?
Yeah.
Ah, you're right.
Hang on, wait. There are mimes?
Yes. I did know that. Because we've been treating some in our psychiatry ward.
Where are the monobrow people? Are they people coming in with? Is that a monobrow guy?
No, he's just got a tash. He's got a sweet tash.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a sec, right? This guy, yeah. We do need to train someone, right? Yeah. Let's do mechanics. Sweet janitor.
So they're mechanics and separate to janitors.
Yeah, they upgrade and repair everything, and they're just like they just do everything. Like those guys are legit, keeping everything running.
Don't mind me. I just
Yeah.
am talking into a microphone.
Toilet situation seems fine.
Is one of your janitors on the couch talking to the psychiatrist?
No. Looks a bit like it though. I see what you mean.
You can upgrade the easy scan.
Let's do that. What's this thing?
Funny thing about these games is how everyone you can clearly just tell immediately when they come in what they've got.
Yeah. Yeah,
Walk
yeah.
around, the whole thing is like, yeah, I don't know.
It does seem a bit weird that then you have to go through this whole process of diagnosis.
Drug mixer.
Didn't ambulance just drive past your hospital?
Well, maybe we're not the only game in town.
You're listening to Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio.
Has it ever? So do you know like how like fire, like firefighters and firemen and stuff? There used to be you have to pay for it, right? And there was a whole thing. I think it was New York where like they would all turn up to a building that was burning, or like they would turn up to a fire, and there might be several buildings in like terrace buildings. There might have even been London actually. There'd be like a set of terrace buildings, and they'd be like, okay, this is the building that has paid for our fire service, so we won't start putting the fire out until it's like that one's burning down. Like so, and they used to be, you know, I think they used to put like plaques or something on the building so that they knew. Kind of like with like with old like many years ago with like car breakdown recovery, you used to have a thing on your car to show what service you had, like a little metal. Did you ever see those?
No.
Very long time ago now, like very like I think like I'm not even sure in our lifetime, but but yeah, like that. So like I wonder if there was ever that with like ambulances.
It wouldn't surprise me, because especially in healthcare systems where you have to pay, like there's I guess the equivalent with ambulances like the insurance system, right? If you don't have insurance, like they're just.
But like I'm thinking, not even in like modern healthcare. I mean, like a long time ago, like how. It's such an interesting. Like, so many professionals must be put in dilemmas. So much. You know.
And
like.
And so another day begins in 2 Point County.
Another 1 star. To the moon with my 1 stars. Oh, we can work in a university, Sean.
Oh, university hospital. So what? Yeah, all our doctoring has finally paid off.
Yeah. Boom.
And it's even easier to fall down. That's why
So I've got a couple more hospitals available.
only seasoned climbers and hikers visit this beautiful region of 2 Point County, or at least people with good health coverage. The rest of us will have to make do with.
Is he talking to you?
Yeah, sorry. That's why I'm giving you a chance. The good folks at home a chance to listen. So I've got a couple of options here. Okay, invite you to REME, software that simulates hospital management. Okay. Cool. So we've got like here. We can go back and like do one of these other ones.
Be like you're doing a simulator.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be playing in a simulator? Is that what that was?
I think, yeah. But it wasn't until maybe I've unlocked. I think that's this one, which isn't unlocked yet.
I see.
So I might just continue with this, see if we can get a second star. Just for another 10, 15 minutes, see how we go.
Yeah. Go for it.
Now that
I've definitely been on a, like we were saying, like a nostalgia vibe with this stuff, right? Like these like I guess this has been going on. I keep thinking, these games are really having a resurgence, but it's been going on for such a long time now that I don't think, like, as long as we've been streaming.
Look at those monobrows. They were hiding all under the reception desk. There we go. Got them.
Do you think this bubble will burst? With this kind of like the base building, city building, these style of games, like how will they continually be like a market for them?
I think there will. I think there will be. There will continue to be a market. really not built this well.
Okay then. So why does that work? Whereas like, I don't know, like roguelike platformers wouldn't. No.
Sorry, I don't really know what you're asking.
So like these, a lot of people keep saying, oh, city building games and management games and builders like this do well.
Yeah.
And people seem to, and they people seem to be in the people who like these games tend to play more than just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a market for lots of them to exist.
Yeah.
So will that end? Will they get, do you think that is something that will end at some point? Or do you think it's gonna be viable for a long time? And so like some people are saying like content's easy to produce, people like making some type of responsibility trait. But like comparing to other genres, I guess. And like we thought, you think when we kind of were like, oh, people are streaming building games.
Yeah.
I know this question is impossible to answer, but I think
I think it's a good point. Like, why this trend, why that trend, why now, or why recently? Why have I built a reception here like this? What does a reception even do?
Yeah.
Is it better than a reception desk?
Two
Is it
desks.
the same thing?
It looks nice.
Yeah, maybe I actually just like pick this
Get
up.
rid of
Yeah,
one, and then forever the receptionist will be, oh, I liked it better when there was just the one desk.
Yeah, I guess so.
But can you add more desks, more chairs?
That's what I'm trying to work out. The counter does seem a bit fiddly. What's reachable and what's not. Again, maybe I've just built it in a bad place.
Mm-hmm. Does it really need to be at the front door?
I feel like yes. I mean, like that would annoy the hell out of me if it wasn't.
As a patient or as the person who has to look at the thing you've designed?
The patient. Like, the first thing you want to do, like any building you go into, you're like, where am I supposed to go? What's
The funny thing is most of the NHS hospitals around here, the reception isn't at the entrance really. Like the one I go to, the one that I've been to most recently, there you have to find a computer that you type your things. Yeah, it is. That's right. It's like shops and cafes first. There's like a computer you type in your date of birth on, and then it gives you this map that immediately everyone has to take a photo of their phone, and it just shows you where to go, like on this computer map. But then, it's and then you go to the right reception.
Man, that sounds extreme.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any suggestions, please send them in.
It's a very complicated hospital. I think it's one of those a lot of NHS hospitals. It probably started out small and things just kept getting added and added and added, and you can kind of tell all these buildings are a mishmash connected to each other that don't make any sense. So no one designed it. It's like, I don't know, web development languages, right? No one ever really designed. They just like the web. Just no one designed it. It just all
it just happened.
You need benches around there, don't you? Like, are those people all hanging around?
I don't know what. Like, I think despite this being like my massive diagnosis quarter, like people are struggling to get I have like serious GP problems.
Yeah.
I don't have enough GPs. Which surprises me, considering like that's the room I've got the most of.
Yeah, I was saying to you before we started, I downloaded Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, like the open source version, but then you need the original file, so I ended up buying it because like I have a CD with Roller Coaster Tycoon on and no CD drive.
Nice.
So I bought it from GOG or something. But it's good. It's fun. It's like I've been playing Planet Coaster and I do like it, but it's not. There's some, I don't know. Like maybe it's just too much. Like the like I don't know. Building the roller coaster design stuff in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is really good and simple.
Nice.
Please leave toilets as you would hope to find them.
Apparently we can apply. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Ah, we can charge people more. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's
here?
what I was saying. Yeah. Sorry, where were we?
What's remix? Is that the thing? You've got career and then you've got remix. Is that the
Yes.
profit from career development? Profit from career development, not yours.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
weird.
I would take a look, but I'm just more interested in getting that tier 2-star hospital so that I can at least. GP's offices. Okay, let's bump them up.
So how do you get a star? Like what's the
These things at the top right. Sorry that my
Oh,
base
yeah.
is over.
There we go.
There we go. Let me move that like 10 minutes before we finish. Sorry, everyone. Top left, not top right. So top right, you get these.
Yeah,
this
there
is
we go.
where the
promote
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Training is taking a while too, man. Like that's. I've
Can you
got
build
4
another-
desks. I could build another training room. But that's
Yeah.
a lot of staff taken away from that the things I'm actually paying them to do. Also true, yeah.
Clouds now arriving.
Promote, there we go.
Clowns are arriving.
Okay, so this guy needs staff training, so we can do that next. Yeah, the clowns are coming. So I think we're okay. We seem okay to like deal with a good number of clowns. Right, this person needed train. Right, train now. So she's a nurse. So what we doing?
This is
next with
way more detailed, isn't it? Than
Yeah. Let's get a good sheet. Let's get a guest trainer in because I don't want to lose any of my doctors.
name's pretty good. Dr. Hugh Hurt.
Warning. Try not to slip in the sick.
To be fair, that desk does look like the kind of reception desk you would see.
Definitely.
Like
yeah.
huge, and there's 2 people.
Yeah. I need to kill these monobrows because it's funny.
Yeah.
Janitor.
Was it? So there was another game, wasn't there? Like the pub game had that too, right?
Yeah.
Was it Rats?
I think we need another pharmacy. Yes. And I was like pretty legit at killing rats, I think I remember.
There's a lot going on here to manage, right?
Yeah. I mean, it builds quite nicely, though, in fairness. I just put you in there. Where do you think you're going? Working in general diagnosis. Okay, fair. Fair. We do definitely need more people in general diagnosis.
Is
We
that
just
what
need
they're all
more
waiting?
nurses. They're all waiting for diagnosis. Yeah, like but this is like it's my diagnosis corner here. There's 3 GPs and a general diagnosis.
And a big queue for the clown thing.
Yeah.
It's sort of dehumorizing thing. It just gives them miserable looking faces.
Yeah, a bit of heartbreak. I mean, we have had that circus incident, so I mean, I could overreact and build another one. Probably worth doing.
Or, Dave, right, there's another thing you could do.
Yeah, what's that?
Double the price of 3 clowns.
Wow, brutal. This person's just died.
Hey, supply and demand, it's business.
It is, but it's also healthcare, Sean. So, what say you to that?
Well, the doctors can deal with that conundrum.
Wow. Okay, not the management.
No, that's not our job. Our job is to keep. If we can't keep the hospital open, there won't be anyone to treat them in the first place.
See.
Don't you remember all the work we did when all those people had saucepans on their head?
I do remember doing some work. No, wait a minute. No, I don't. No, I don't.
And, you know, we can use the money we make to invest in our new remote dentist.
I do like. I mean, that's the best thing to come of tonight's stream. Definitely, is a new career direction for both me and Sean. Forget these computer games. Sean's just going to play an FPS around people's mouths, basically.
I need a name, though.
I don't feel like we got too many janitors, seeing as there are piles of sick everywhere. So,
well, I think what do you need to have a word or train them up?
What do you think? I want to get I need to train a ton of people at once.
Yeah. So can't you put the trainees in first?
Yeah.
So start with putting trainees in. Well, surely emotional intelligence applies to everyone, and so you could train, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Trainees. There we go. Yeah. Trainer. Let's hire one, and then let's just
And you know the person who runs the emotional intelligence. You can. I don't know about you, but I can picture the person that comes and runs the emotional intelligence course.
I'm going to make my janitor do it, and he's going to be like, what the hell am I doing here? Why do I need that? Right, there we go. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be in this course. I want to be there when that happens.
Let's see what it's got. Nice. It's got like this little picture of like something that's... Yeah, it's just a bunch of people and... Oh, changing. Leaving. Oh, because... I
bet there's like some really awkward icebreaker activities and...
Oh, yeah. Oh, here he is.
I hate this.
Has he got a turtleneck?
Either someone you don't normally talk to.
Either he's topless or he's got a turtleneck on. Or like a weird shirt. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, these are my qualifications.
Yeah.
This guy's already got a question, which is, what the hell am I doing here? There's supposed to be 2 other people in this. Yeah. 2 people are ducking their training, Sean.
Yeah, it's the doctors probably. Like that's the doctors who have got better things to do than get emotional.
Not jaded at all.
Of course, how they do it now is that there would be an online course that you would just have a questionnaire to fill in at the end, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What you do, I don't know if you know this, Dave. How you do those courses is... We're not recording this, are we?
Yeah, Sean, Dr. Sean Walton of Swansea University.
You copy and paste a question into Google, and like 9 times out of 10, you'll find a paste bin that someone else on the internet has pasted all the answers to that question.
You're terrible, sir. Terrible.
Janitor, please prepare heart racer.
It's like all the things we get told not to do as lecturers and teachers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
I think we're going to fail this circus incident. I think I should have built another clown room.
It's really funny listening to other people talk about those things. Like all around the world, it's like the one thing that unites people is those online quizzes.
What always gets me too is like I feel like
brilliant. Look at the source code and just see the answers.
I mean
fantastic.
the number of people who must deal with like training courses who compared to the number of people who actually know how to view the source code of anything must be like, I don't know. That's not much of a Venn diagram, is it?
Yeah. It is in the computer science department. Like that's
fair. Like you're the exception. What gets me, the Venn diagram, there is just basically a circle. It's the people who complain about not ever having any training, and the people who also complain about any training they get. So that's just a constant, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I would say online training is not training.
No, I also agree that essentially there's plenty of examples of just things that are called training that don't really feel like
we are getting someone to come in and talk to our staff about emotional intelligence. You know, someone just died getting changed.
yeah, that's the day I work with. You know, that's what my staff have to deal with.
Yeah. Yay!
Cool. There we go, 2-star hospital. Yay! Cool, and I can get some upgrades and numbers go up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what I like about that is a bit like what we were talking about with Dwarf Romantic the other week. It's both like there's a lot going on, there's a lot to think about, but it is also pretty chilled. It's pretty low key. I find it quite low key. And kind of an enjoyable. I mean, you asked the question like, will these stay popular? Why is their popularity continuing? Why do management games like this and building games and city builders continue to, you know, ultimately be very similar games to what we've already seen before, but just reskinned, remodeled, refocused, whatever. And I guess it's just like the same argument as like why do platformers keep coming back? Why FPS is still popular? I guess because the core game loop is just enjoyable for a certain set of people, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I think it's got that right level of like you need to be in it, but you don't need to be so in it. It would probably fall into the podcast game category.
Yeah,
like you
agreed.
Could watch it and play it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Sure. And in some ways, like, I actually think it has fewer active decisions than Dwarf Romantic because, like, where you place stuff in that tile-based game has really big impact. So you actually do need to plan ahead a lot more. This seems, at least in these early missions, I appreciate it could change massively as the game develops, but it seems quite forgiving. Like, I probably built a bunch of rooms in weird places, in weird sizes, and it didn't really...
Well, so Frozen did suggest that temperature could become something you'd think about in the future.
Okay. Flashbacks to Frostpunk then for that. Yeah.
Interesting.
But like,
then you could do one of these earlier ones, right? If you didn't want, you've got a choice of, let's just not worry about that.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. And I think for me, like the complexity of the flow of things is nowhere near the car management game that you played.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where like it made a massive impact to your whole assembly line if you had to like rebuild something or you needed to upgrade something. Whereas this is just much more forgiving, I think.
Yeah.
But there we go. There's obviously a lot more to it. You know, a lot of stuff of like Frozen was saying, the staff management, the optimization. Like I think you can min-max the hell out of a game like this. Or you could just bimble through and remember what it's like to see people with bloaty heads. Yeah. And that's great for me.
Absolutely. Cool. Thanks, Dave. That was fun.
Bit of 2 Point Hospital. Where can people find us, Sean?
Find us at pillbug.zone. Don't forget to click the happy internet buttons wherever you happen to be right now. We smile every time that happens.
Smile on camera and off camera.
Yeah, just everywhere. Wherever I am, I have like a little notification that says someone clicked a button, and then I smile.
And we smile. And these doctors need to smile from time to time. We might not be taking people's heads off and screwing them back on with something else, or making funny clowns sad. But there we are. 2 doctors.
And don't forget, we will be opening up our Patreon for our remote dentist in the next few months. Be sure to support us there.
Yeah.
Sign up. There'll be various tiers that get you, obviously certain frequency of us looking in your mouth,
but not going in it. Don't worry.
No.
I mean, there must be. Sorry to just jump on this again. There must be a number of people in the world where that actually would be a real positive. Like they don't they have a phobia of people in their mouth, but they need good dentists.
Oh my god. How far could we get? How far would we go? How far can we take that?
Too far. Like it's already gone too far.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Excellent. There we go.
Buy that to me right now. Get on it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Dr. Sean.
Yeah. Everybody.